Hello everyone, it's the Big Daddy D here. Last night we had the Royal Rumble 2014 and, well, I won't say I was angry with the outcome, more like disappointed. More like a lot of missed opportunities were to be had here. Now, to start off with, the kickoff match, the New Age Outlaws are the tag team champions again. You know, really? Is that really what's best for business? Just to sort of quote a phrase there. I mean, consider this, Billy Gunn is actually 2 years older than The Undertaker, a guy who now only wrestles once a year. And as Road Dogg Jesse James mentioned during their interview, it's been 14 years since they last had a tag team title reign. Now, of course, they beat the Rhodes brothers, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, to win those tag team belts, and also later on in the night, Goldust accidentally eliminated his brother Cody. Is this going to lead to the often spoken about, often rumoured Goldust versus Cody Rhodes, brother versus brother match at WrestleMania? We shall have to wait and see. Now, the event kicked off properly with Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Straight away, that is an early contender for Match of the Year 2014. These two absolutely beat the crap out of each other. Used some incredibly innovative offence, I think you could call that. See, with Bray Wyatt, yeah, I always got that he was a creepy character, and I always got that he was a good promo cutter, but hearing everyone sort of talking about it and how good he was in the ring, I didn't sort of buy it until now. Now I see what people are talking about. The way he took that bump off the steps as well was very reminiscent of the way Cactus Jack used to do it back in the day. And indeed, on Twitter afterwards, guys like the Iron Sheik and Mick Foley had nothing but praise to have for both Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. Fantastic match, great way to start off the card. Unfortunately, it all went downhill from here. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar wasn't even a match. I mean, these guys have had some fantastic matches in the past, maybe about 12 years or so. That was a different time. This wasn't even a match. Brock Lesnar came in with a chair, laid the Big Show out. Big Show got up, hit him with a knockout punch. Couple exchanges. Brock scooped him up and F5'd him and pinned him. The man's a beast, what can I say? And pinned him, and then continued to lay out Big Show with a chair over and over again. He hit him with the chair so many times, it began to get a little bit uncomfortable at times, and I really think that WWE needs to have a word with Brock, because he just seems to throw the chairs up in the air without thinking about where they might go. I mean, can you imagine the lawsuits if Brock had hit someone in the crowd when he threw that chair? Feckin' Egypt. Also, Big Show was swearing an awful lot during the show, wasn't he? I mean, hasn't anyone told him that the WWE is meant to be family-friendly these days? Anyway, we came on to the Cena versus Orton match, and the most memorable thing about that match was the crowd themselves. They just took a big shit all over this match. They started off by chanting for Daniel Bryan at the start of the match. It then sort of went into the Let's Go Cena versus Cena sucks chants, and at that point, Little Daddy commented that he was very much a Marmite wrestler, which I agree. As in, some people hate Cena, and some people would like to see him on the end of a fucking knife. Anyway, the crowd continued to hijack and shit all over this match with chants of boring, this is awful, we want divas, and end this match. I loved that Royal Rumble crowd. In the end, I didn't care who won the match, I just wanted it to end. The only time when it seemed to get excited is when they started stealing each other's finishes, which is something that's been done before. Anyway, Orton retains, and afterwards the Wyatts come out to beat up John Cena. So this is no doubt going to lead on to something for John Cena and the Wyatts at WrestleMania. A little disappointed there weren't any surprises this year. I mean, I'd have thought Jake the Snake Roberts would have come down to the ring, considering that he showed up at Old School Raw. Fair enough, you got Kevin Nash waddling down to do his thing, and El Toro sort of came in there, the little mascot bull fella. But I mean, I'm just thinking of the guys that didn't make it into the Rumble. I mean, how on earth do guys like Christian and Three-Man Band feel when they're told that they're not in the Rumble, but guys like Kevin Nash and El Torito is? Oh, of course, big highlight was Kofi Kingston. It's always a thrill seeing what Kofi will do to prevent himself from getting eliminated this year. This year was no exception, walking across the guardrail, actually leaping about 7 feet back into the ring. That was incredible. The man can fly. Sheamus returned as well. Big surprise there. CM Punk was started off at number 1 and quickly eliminated Kane, who came out wearing his suit for some reason. JBL got up from the ring announcer's table and got into the ring, admittedly very briefly. Bit of comic relief when CM Punk punched a midget in a bull costume. At some point, all three members of the Shield were in the ring. This is where I predicted that the split was going to happen. Dean Ambrose went to sort of sneak up on Roman Reigns to eliminate him from behind. Seth Rollins pulled him off, sort of said, "What are you doing?" kind of thing, and Roman Reigns got pissed off and threw them all both out. Del Rio got the lucky number 27 spot, came up short. Batista came in at number 28. It's like, seriously, you're going to bring him in this late and have him win the whole thing? And of course, we wanted Daniel Bryan to come in at number 30 and just blow the roof off the arena. I mean, Batista at this point was starting to get booed. Now, surely they could have done it where they could have done the thing where Daniel Bryan attacks one of the Wyatts as they're making their way down to the ring and steal their spot in the Royal Rumble. But he didn't do that. So when the number 30 spot came out and poor Rey Mysterio came trundling out, he just got booed. In fact, he got the biggest elimination of the night because he ended up eliminating the entire interest of the crowd. Not Rey Mysterio's fault. That's the fault of the guys who didn't decide to put Daniel Bryan in the Rumble. In fact, Mick Foley mentioned on his Twitter account, if Daniel Bryan doesn't win the Royal Rumble, I'm putting a brick through my TV set. Well, he didn't even need to do that. Daniel Bryan wasn't even in the Royal Rumble. It was a bullshit way for Punk to be eliminated, just to get dragged out by Kid. In the end, it came down to Reigns versus Batista. Now, at this point, the WWE could have redeemed themselves for everything that they'd done by having Roman Reigns win. I mean, by the end, the fans were starting to chant for Roman Reigns. But no, Batista got it. Nothing like shitting on your fans there, WWE. That means that it's Orton versus Batista for your WrestleMania 30 main event. Really? Really? Is that the best? I mean, okay, Reigns came out strong. He smashed Kane's elimination record and eliminated 12 guys in the Rumble. But the fact that Mick Foley posted on his Twitter page, does WWE actually hate their own audience? I've never been so disgusted with a pay-per-view. That really says it all. Let me also point out, it says a lot that they've fucked up the pay-per-view so much that even the BBC covered it on their website. So, in the end of that, yeah, I can't say that I was angry about the Royal Rumble last night, just disappointed, and I think the WWE really needs to start listening to its own fans. Batista got absolutely shit on, Cena and Orton got shit on, and the guy who got the biggest reaction of the night was, of course, Daniel Bryan. When it turned out Bryan wasn't in the Rumble, a lot of people's interest just went in that match. They could have redeemed themselves by having Roman Reigns win the thing, but it didn't happen. Batista now goes on to WrestleMania. I mean, the guy does not need the money, quite frankly. He's doing very well for himself with his activities outside of wrestling. He's in movies, he's doing all kinds of other things. He doesn't need the money. But WWE have obviously come up to him and said, look, come back, we'll have you win the Royal Rumble, we'll have you come in really late so you don't have to do a right lot. You'll go to WrestleMania and headline that, and I've no doubt win the belt as well. This is just so they could promote his film that he's going to be in, Guardians of the Galaxy, and so Batista can promote them at the same time. I mean, considering how injury-prone Batista was back in his day, I mean, he's an older man now. I would be very nervous if I was part of WWE management right now. Anyway, that was the Royal Rumble review. I think I've included everything that I need to include. If not, I'll no doubt do a follow-up to this video. But what are your comments? What are your thoughts on this year's Royal Rumble? Please leave some comments in the description box below. And be sure to subscribe to both channels for more wrestling-related action. Until next time, I'm the Big Daddy D, and I'm signing out.